Hello, hello, Mike. Mike Hughes. How you doing today?
I'm good, Nicholas. How are you?
Good.
Good to see
So
you again,
yeah,
man.
yeah, good to see you. So really excited to have you. As you know, this is a website about Hillside Homes and really a resource for people who want to design and build Hillside Homes. So who better to speak to us than a general contractor who is also currently working on building a Hillside home. So as we mentioned, Mike Hughes, Distinctive Developments, the company. Why don't you
Mhm.
tell us a little bit, I guess first just about the company, what you do, kind of the mission, and just a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So, distinctive development is a portion of the company JCS West, which has kind of got a long history in the residential and commercial world. The distinctive development branch was started when Jake and I became partners back in 2019, and I was on the residential side, he was on more of the commercial side, but getting pulled back into the residential world. And our two experiences and backgrounds and personalities really jived well. We had some other people we were working with and for, and decided me more importantly was to leave my current position, which was more on like the sales and support side from the design and implementation of hardscape, stonework, things like that. And I was working with all the architects, designers, builders in Arizona, and previously had worked in construction, but he was getting pulled into the residential world on some custom build stuff for some clients he had worked through and known through commercial and past history. And we decided like, yeah, let's go more towards that residential role. So distinctive development was born and basically to execute that.
Nice. And
Mhm.
so now you said 2019. So you're in year five, six. It's going
Yeah,
well.
we basically cut our teeth on that portion of it right during COVID. So I don't, some people would say that's a negative. I kind of saw it as a positive because a lot of our friends and colleagues in the field were experiencing the abrupt, supply chain issues, labor issues, just it was a very unknown time, and we were like, well, this is just normal for us from that perspective. Um, and so, we were like, if we can make it during this tumultuous year, you can make it anytime. And, it was, I don't mean to complain because, 2020 was hard for a lot of people, but, like us living in Arizona, the residential world just exploded, whether it was, remodel and people were sitting at home looking at their house, like, what can we do, right? Like, it's time to do these projects, whether it's ourselves or find someone to do them. So it was good for us in that aspect.
Yeah, nice. And you mentioned too, having the commercial background and the residential. Explain to us a bit how that helps you, one in general, being general contractors, but also related a little bit to Hillside Homes. How do those kind of backgrounds help you?
Yeah. So, I mean, construction's construction. You break it up. A lot of people are like, I'm focused on commercial or I'm residential. It's the people and players that change, but the problem solving and all that is very similar. I would say, a lot of what ITS was doing previously in the tension structures and the engineering that went into that plays a huge role stepping into the residential. And when it comes to really like more complex and challenging builds, they were doing everything from 40-foot caissons in the ground with giant steel coming out of it, compared to just pouring slab on grade and framing up from that. So there's so many things you learn along the way, right?